Tier 6 Awareness. Transcendence of humanity. Tier 6 is the culmination of an immensely complex chain of cause and effect. All of the efforts of all life that has ever existed and currently exists. Also, all of the combined knowledge pools that create the waves of consciousness. A Tier 6 has reached a heightened state of awareness. At this level of consciousness, we channel information. We have evolved a surfboard in order to ride the waves of our combined consciousness. A Tier 6 no longer subscribes to the pretend time, fill-in-the-blank perceptions of reality that equate to the gravity of awareness that holds the Tier 4 and 5 in a state of cognitive bias delusions. Tier 6 consciousness occurs when a Tier 5 gets lucky enough to have the time needed to process a large percentage of our knowledge pools. Once we have acquired the ability, we escape the gravity of human perception. We become aware of where our primitive biological senses reach their limitations. Human definitions and perceptions no longer make any sense. The simplicity does not match the true complexity of the reality we've become aware of in the Tier 6 state of consciousness. As for the classifications in relation to my theory, a Tier 6 has the ability to manipulate the minds of an entire planet, but has the understanding that teaching the minds to unlock their hidden potentials while also teaching them how to think is a more productive expenditure of calories. Manipulations are temporary, need to be updated, constantly refortified. Giving the gift of tangible enlightenment is a cure rather than a treatment. It's the age-old king for a day question. Do you teach the people a simple lie that manipulates them into doing what you want them to do temporarily, or do you teach them the complex truth that will get them to do what they need to do perpetually and understand why they need to do that? In this case, taking the path of least resistance is a mistake. Back to the classifications. A Tier 6 follows cause and effect on a profoundly deeper level. There's a realization that time is an oversimplified human concept. There is only motion, and the time is a tool for which humans use to track that motion. Cause and effect analysis has been honed to such a great extent that a Tier 6 no longer has to put forth much effort. Rather, the cause and effect analysis has become effortlessly automated. A Tier 6's mental maps expand to the galactic level, only limited by scientific understanding and awareness. A Tier 6 perceives the solar system in motion in relation to the black hole at the center of our galaxy, something we all need to be aware of. There are some forms of consciousness that believe they have transcended through raw thought and/or spirituality, but they are deluding themselves into a hollow form of enlightenment. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'll make a video to address the flaws in spirituality in the near future. Please save your debates for that video's forums. Also, if anything I say pisses you off, well, that's a good sign that I'm telling you the truth. If I was playing a political game or popularity contest in order to gain a following for some petty purpose, then I would just tell you what I knew you wanted to hear, rather than the complex truth of the matter. Okay, now let's get back to the focus of this video. A Tier 6 understands that individualism is likely a false perception of reality. Again, a topic for another video that I'll get into in further detail. Something else to keep in mind is that when I speak to you in these videos, I am running a Tier 5 perceptional paradigm and speaking to you in the language format that sounds normal to the majority. Language has yet to evolve to support a Tier 6's consciousness communication needs. Keep in mind that English was produced by individualists who believed in the concept of a soul. Again, another topic for a future video that I will explain in great detail. Right now, if by some miracle you are still watching this video, you may be feeling a little bit mind-raped. Or perhaps this is exactly what you've been looking for all along. If so, welcome to a journey of transformation to be assimilated into becoming the awoken consciousness of the universe. If you're feeling mind-raped, then there's likely mixed thoughts and emotions bubbling around in the brain. For that, sincere apologies. If you watched my introduction video, I did warn you that I was going to be putting you through some psychological growing pains. Unavoidable, unfortunately. Some people feel overwhelmed when exposed to these concepts and perhaps even terrified, but there really is no need for that. Accepting not knowing what we are is actually quite freeing, which is what you need to focus on rather than your fears and insecurities. Revel in the possibilities that emerge from accepting the facts of our reality. Become the kid in a candy store that has all of a sudden realized there's 5 other shelves they never knew existed. Tier 6 consciousness is not the end of our journey of expanded consciousness either. I have no delusions of having reached some pinnacle of consciousness. The Tier 6 is just another stepping stone on the path of emergence. A thought Jedi knows what can't be known, and a scientifically minded critical thinker entertains the most likely theory while ignoring overly simplistic opinions. Thank you all to the power of a thumbs up dump truck. This is a major step in outgrowing our archaic state of consciousness. This concludes the educational framework of this theory. Don't forget, I will be making a video to address psychological facets pertaining to this in the future. But wait, there's more! Stay tuned for the brain cake, which will be postulations of hypothetical Tier 7 aliens and Tier 8 gods. Thanks for joining the Thought Revolution. Subscribe, thumb up, and most of all, share this playlist. Thanks so much for all your support. See you in the next video.